Hey, thank you for tuning in to Music Marvels with the Achickwitbeatz
Man,
and Breezy Gipson. I am
this
music
is
producer Achickwitbeatz,
hardly and entrepreneur Breezy Gipson.
and we're glad that you're here with us, rocking with us, and tuned in. We got another show lined up for you that is just filled with music industry information, and of course, beats by yours truly. And it's just a lot of stuff going on, so we try to get through all the noise out there to bring you the good stuff.
Yeah. There's hey, you hit that right on the head because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't even know if we got enough time to get through it.
I don't either, to be honest. But you know what? We're gonna give it the old college try, as they call it. So, yeah, we might as well go ahead and bring it to them. What do you say?
Oh man, let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, let's go.
fam, this is Breezy Gipson from the Breeze team. How would you like to see an online platform that brings you people who've already indicated that they're interested in your particular type of business? Whether it's your music you're selling, hip-hop clothing, you got a restaurant or a cafe, or if you're an entrepreneur or agent for a business. Visit me at breeze2cheese.com. That's using the number 2, breeze2cheese.com, or click my bio link on my Instagram profile to see a live demo of how this can help you get more customers and make more money.
Hey, this is Achickwitbeatz. I am a multi-genre music producer and strategist to indie artists and labels. Visit my website, achickwitbeatz.com, for resources for artists and instrumentals available in various genres for songs, vlogs, blogs, podcasts, themes, TV, film, commercials, and more. Once again, that's achickwitbeatz.com, ACHICKWITBEATZ. Let's make something happen. All right, we're back with music industry news. Multimedia Music has acquired a 50% stake in the catalog of Music Master and publishing rights from Steven Spielberg's Gambling Partners. So the deal includes music rights from many movies, 1917, The BFG, Bridge of Spies, The Girl on the Train, and I mean, the list just goes on and on. So the two companies are actually going to collaborate on new initiatives to try to make sure that they can get more revenue from the collection and the catalog and find new uses for it. The music and TV shows, commercials, trailers, and more. So, I mean, it sounds like a very, very lucrative deal, and I'm kind of looking forward to see what's going to come from it.
Oh man, well, hey, with those kind of folks on the line trying to deal and wheel and deal, there's something good going to come out of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Litmus Music has acquired a portfolio of music publishing copyrights and the writer share and performance rights for Benny Blanco's songs. So they didn't disclose any of the terms of the deal, but it had to be pretty hefty, I'd imagine, because he's had his hand in a lot of things. And to be so young to make a kind of deal like that means that they see some promise there and they're going to try to get all they can out of his catalog. So yeah, we'll probably be hearing more of those songs in TV shows, commercials, etc. Some of the stuff we just named with the last music story. So Benny Blanco has joined the ranks of people selling the catalogs.
Well, you know what? Let's hold up right there. Okay, when you use the phrase might be kind of hefty. Okay, well, so to all the folks that are out there, the ones that are on the lower levels, they're grinding each and every day. They're sharpening their craft. They're working on their different ideas. They're putting stuff together. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, there could be a real big, hefty deal for you out there somewhere too. So what I'm saying is, it's hard to get to it, but don't give up. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And you think that door for you might open. Don't think just because you're just starting out or this, that, the other, or you feel you're low on the totem pole or whatever. Don't think that it can't happen to you, because guess what? It can and will happen for you, but you got to keep pushing, keep working. Ain't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we keep hearing about these deals every week. There's more people that are doing it. Matter of fact, another story includes Logic, who sold his catalog to Influence Media Partners, and that was an 8-figure deal, even though they're not saying exactly how much, but 8 figures is a lot of money. And so the acquisition of his publishing catalog spans 185 titles. So it includes tracks with Eminem, Marshmello, Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, Imagine Dragons. So that's one thing that Logic was pretty good at doing, was collaborating with people and expanding his audience. And now that he's done that, Influence wants to cash in on it. He was already looking to retire, so the move makes absolute sense on his end, because now he can collect that money in a lump sum and keep on moving, stay retired, or maybe still make music like most retired rappers usually do. So yeah, these deals are everywhere, and they started from a point where they were anonymous to everyone else at some point too. So yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. Work hard, cash in, stay focused, cash in. I mean, never give up, keep pushing, cash in. And you can do it. It can happen to you. And so don't just feel like I'm saying, or like we're saying, that it only happens to those big folks, big name folks. No, 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 no. It can happen to you too. So, hey, never, ever, 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 ever give up. Keep pushing.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of big name folks, one of them decided to cash in. George Brown of Kool and the Gang. That was a multi-million-dollar catalog deal with Primary Wave. And so he's a legendary songwriter, drummer, and producer, and one of the founding members of Kool and the Gang. He wrote the majority of their music. And so he sold a stake in his publishing catalog, his writer's share, and writer's share of public performance as well. So yeah, multi-million dollars. And I mean, think about how many classics Kool and the Gang has had, throughout the years. So yeah, I believe he was worth every single penny that they gave him for a multiple $1 million deal.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, hats off to him, and his crew for what they did. And so he took an option. Hey, I'm gonna put my hat in there with my part of it, and boom, he got a return on it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. This is multiple options. It's not just a single thing. It's not just the only thing that you can do. So, but you got to keep your head in the game, put your head in the game to make sure that you are aware that there's options like that can come up. So, hey, this ain't no simple business, but it's a business. So great things can happen, and they do.
Yep, for sure. All right, Snafu has launched an AI-powered, it's called a Snafu Song Fund. So it finances indie artists, and it's backed by this group, Pop House Entertainment, that invested $7 million. So it's called Emma, which is an AI A&R tool. So it's trained to find undervalued artists, and it uses a wide range of metrics, trying to analyze millions of data points from over 150,000 songs per week. So instead of people just, shooting the music out there and it's not getting heard, if they can use this AI to figure out, okay, wait, this person's got talent, that can cut back on some of the human error that we've been seeing in mainstream lately. But hey, it's just another example of how artificial intelligence can be used in the music industry in a positive way.
Yeah, it's moving in, it's not stopping. And so, as long as that's moving like that, hey, you don't stop either. So get it done. Keep yourself in position. I can't say that enough. You know what? Today is the day for being in position. Folks just take a look at themselves, see where they are, see if they actually are in position or if they're not. If you're not, that's no problem. But just move to where you can be in position, and, some great things can happen. I guess, this is optimism day. We got to do it. Mm-hmm. It can be done. Yep.
Yeah. This is what they say, opportunity usually happens where preparation has occurred. So, yeah, as you're hearing these stories, think about it. Like Breezy said, am I in position? So if a group comes up to me and says that they want to invest this in me, am I ready? Do I have the catalog to back it up? So, yeah, it's something that, it's always worth evaluating to make sure that you can take advantage of an opportunity when it comes your way.
That's a very favorable and valuable phrase that you just said. Do I have the catalog? Do I have the catalog? Well, if you don't, then that shows that you got to get working. You got to get busy. You got to get writing. You got to get recording, and on and on and on till the break of dawn to get that catalog so you can be in position. I mean, it's popping like popcorn. That's why I'm just over the top today, because it's popping like popcorn. So many people in the music industry are making, their dreams. They're fulfilling their dreams by making these deals, push forward with their catalogs, and people out there are looking to purchase catalogs. So don't get left out.
Yeah. It's like I said, we're seeing these deals all the time, just all over the place. So yeah, just be prepared, or if you're not ready, work towards being ready.
Yep. Don't overlook what we're saying. Don't overlook what we're saying, because it's really real.
Yeah.
Okay? And don't be the one that says, I wish I would have. Don't be that guy. Don't be that lady that says, I wish I would have. No, you got to jump up. You got to pull yourself up. You got to get going. You got to make it happen and happen for you.
Yeah, as they say, those are the biggest regrets, are the chances that you didn't take. So, yeah.
Yep. I wish I had. No, you didn't want that.
Yeah. What's the saying? If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So yeah, we've all done it, you know. So yeah, we just work daily towards making that list a little bit shorter.
Man, hey, you hit them hard with that one right there. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Oh man, that's a gold nugget right there.
Yeah. All right, Canva has inked a deal with Warner Music Group and Merlin to let the users incorporate song clips in their visual designs. So it's going to roll off this fall with Canva Pro, Canva for Education, and Canva for Nonprofit. Those customers can start adding music clips from those libraries. And yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how these clips are going to work out. It's a wonderful medium that helps with Instagram posts and LinkedIn and some of the other social media ones that you tend to see it on. So yeah, if you start noticing a few more independent artists, because that's who Merlin represents, and some other Warner Music artists, then you know why. So Canva's actually paid to do this, and yeah, we're still waiting on Twitter to do the right thing. But hey, at least Canva has recognized the benefit of letting its users being able to add music directly to their designs.
Hey, you know, from day one, we've always stressed here that you need to get a notebook to write these tips down. Don't let these tips pass you by, because that Achickwitbeatz brought forth, that's so much gold right there. And so don't be the one that didn't, zone in on that. And next thing you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks go by, and then your buddy capitalizes on it. But hey, we told you about it right here today, and you didn't take any action. So don't be that guy. Don't be that lady. Jump. You got to jump.
Yes. All right, this one, a little more historical information. The Night Disco Died is a documentary about the 1979 disco demolition night in Chicago. So they're working on this. They've got a couple different houses that are working on the documentary. One of them is actually owned by Hillary Clinton. But the feature documentary examines what was known as one of the darkest days in American music history, when 50,000 white teenagers descended on Kaminsky Park in Chicago to blow up records made mostly by Black artists. So now they're just going to kind of highlight what happened for anybody that wasn't aware or may have forgotten or just kind of wants the details of the information. It's important to know what happened in the past so we can work on making sure it doesn't occur again in the future. Because, yeah, there would be no house music without disco. It's all kind of linked. And so for someone to hate a genre so bad, but they'd be willing to do something like that, I think this is an event that needs to be highlighted so more people are aware of what it signified, actually.
Yes. Now to that one, I can say, discover it and let it discover you. Discover it and let it discover you. So, if you got any kind of gumption about yourself. Now, we've also spoken about how folks can get tunnel vision. Okay, they can get tunnel vision and just completely absorbed in one genre or one type of music, one type of sound. Okay, that's cool if that's what you want to do, but at the same time, it ain't gonna hurt to spread it out. So many genres out there that you can put a toe over here, a taste over there, your hand over there, and it just might be that one that breaks for you. So hey, take heed.
Hey, Live Nation is constructing a new concert venue called Vibrant Music Hall in, I believe it's pronounced Waukee, Iowa. And so they've used some of the existing venues in and around Des Moines to host artists, but now they're trying to develop a space that they can control themselves. And it's only 3,300 capacity, so it's designed for large acts that want to play to more intimate crowds, a smaller space instead of some huge concert hall. So I think it's a really interesting move, especially to choose a location like that may not be known for having so many things. It's only about a half an hour from Des Moines. So it makes me think that we'll probably start seeing more of these pop up around the US, and maybe they're just trying to get it to start here. So yeah, very interesting. I believe it's supposed to be ready or at least by 2025. But yeah, we'll see. But my guess is we're gonna start hearing more and more about what Live Nation is building, around the state.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. Yeah, I can't wait up.
Mm-hmm. Right now, SoundCloud is tackling what they call their zero plays problem, and guess what? They're doing it with AI. So their first fans feature, they've got their autoplay algorithm, and first fans will access a newly uploaded track and recommend it to around 100 users with relevant music preferences. So they're saying this should actually weed out bots because the algorithm studies what you're listening to. And so the algorithm takes a listen at the tracks that are uploaded just to see if they already have users that would like it. And so once again, this is another way that AI can be used positively to actually help artists. So now just because they recommend it to 100 people, it doesn't mean that those 100 people are going to click on it and actually listen. But at least it's giving your music the chance to be heard by people who might actually like it.
Very interesting again. You're hitting hard today with the details on these different stories and happenings. So hey, keep it rolling.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of good news to share today. So this next one, some people might argue that this isn't, but it's still an interesting development. Ripple is TikTok's parent company. ByteDance. Ripple is their AI-powered music-making app that can turn a hummed melody into a song. So it's free to use music production app. It's got 2 features: melody to song generator, and it's actual like a virtual recording studio. So users can hum a melody. Ripple will use it to generate an instrumental accompaniment in various genres. So basically, instead of using the music that's already there, someone can create their own in order to use within their video. So, I mean, with them starting this, there are other companies watching closely to kind of copy what they're doing. Instagram, for instance. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a feature come over there that's quite similar. And, it's kind of good for people who want to try to create something, but that means that there's less songs that are in the library that will get chosen. So it kind of makes me wonder how it's going to work in effect with the trending audio things that we typically use in order to spice up a reel. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens there.
Yes. I got you. I read you 1,000%. So let's pull back and observe, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this story, I have some thoughts on it, but I'm going to share it. And Breezy, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. But Colombian music star Ryan Castro is suing a record label over unpaid royalties and breach of contract. So Castro said the issue began when Kevin Roldan's King Records started withholding financial statements from Castro. So to fix the problem, Castro and Roldan agreed to set up a new company, Awu King Records, and Castro would have a 50% stake and a majority share in the revenue. But 2 years later, Castro says he still owed money, and the money was siphoned out of Awu King Records without his knowledge or approval. So he went into a deal. The record label ripped him off. Instead of just suing, he started a company with the guy who ripped him off, who then proceeded to continue to rip him off under a new company.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what the hope was, but this is one that could probably use as a cautionary tale. if you find out somebody's taking money from you, you might not want to go into business with them. What do you think, Breezy?
You know, I mean, hey, right from the jump, you know, we've always talked about, oh, here we go again, surrounding yourself with people who are capable enough in various endeavors that they can protect you and what you're doing, protect you and your work, that have a long track record of protecting a whole lot of people. I'm not saying, you know, just pick somebody off the street, you know, which that's not a good thing to do. But I'm really sorry that happened. I hate that happened. But like you made a good statement, don't decide to go into business with somebody that's already ripping you off some kind of oath.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are probably details that they didn't find in the records that may have explained that a little bit more. But yeah, just as a rule of thumb, don't. And I know you said don't grab a person off the street, but in that case, even that might have been more helpful to say, hey, this guy stole money from me. Do you think I should do this? I bet that person on the street would be like, nah, man, don't. But yeah, I mean, sometimes stuff happens, you know, so other people won't necessarily have to go through it. And so now all of our listeners won't have to go through it because of what Ryan Castro has bit the bullet to show everybody. Yeah.
I say it's what it is, but I hate that.
Yeah. All right. Spotify is in talks to test full-length music videos within the app. And so, you know, they've already been trying to, you know, establish video as a core part of its app with podcasts. And so, yeah, as of now, they have surpassed 100,000 podcasts that have video. So, you know, music videos would be the next best move. So it makes sense that they're trying it out. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. That'll actually kind of line them up to compete a little bit more with YouTube.
Yeah, it will. And there's others that are trying to compete with YouTube, and you know, Facebook's got some out trying to compete with Twitter, and it just goes on and on and on and on. So get your foot in there, get your toe in there, and let's stay observant of these different trends that are happening, and make sure the trend isn't something that's just a one and done and fades out, and make sure that it's solid and it's got the ability to stand the test of time.
Right. Everybody's trying to stay in the playing field, so it makes sense to test out stuff that's working in other areas. All right, Tiny Engines relaunched under new management after they were on hiatus since 2019. What happened was one of their artists, Adult Mom, the founder, Stevie Knipe, said there were issues regarding the reporting and the payment of royalties due. And so it led to a dispute with the then label owner, Chuck Daly, who co-owned it with Will Miller. So now Will Miller has taken over the helms of everything. He said that the accounting is up to date, the artists have been paid in full, and the deals have been renegotiated so that artists own their own masters, as they were under the impression that they were before, but didn't. And so basically he fixed things and kind of took over the helm. And so now they're back up and running to be able to release new music. All right. And a robot conductor, the Ever 6, and that's capital E, lowercase v, E, capital R, and then the number 6. It's the first of its kind to conduct an orchestra in South Korea at a high profile concert that actually sold out. And so, you know, you can check it out. It's I did share it on my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well, if you kind of want to get a look at it and see how it works. They say that, you know, there's definitely some room for improvement. The bot didn't handle it all by itself, but did have a conductor next to it. And so, yeah, it's something that we'll see if they keep working on. You know, there may just be more robot conductors in the future. All right, and Spotify had 44.4 million US subscribers in February. Apple Music had 32.6 million, according to new data. Basically, the president of the National Music Publishers Association said that this music was now, that this information was now available So still using February as the time mark, Amazon Music came in third with 29.3 million subscribers. YouTube had 8.5 million, and Pandora had 2.4 million. And so they said one of the things that was kind of interesting to note is that when Amazon and Apple raised their subscription prices, not only did they not lose subscribers, they actually experienced subscriber growth. So charging a fair price for music streaming is not a bad thing. It's not going to hurt their pockets, obviously, if they didn't lose any subscribers for doing that. So hopefully some of the others will see that and follow suit, and that will mean more money for artists, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, just some interesting information to be aware of. And so that way you can know what people are using to make sure that your music is actually there. And again, just in case you missed it, that was strictly in the US. So yeah, to other listeners out there across the pond or wherever you are, so some good stats to have to know how people are listening to music in the US to make sure that your music is where it needs to be as well. All right, and that does it for this week's edition of Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. If you like any of the tracks that you heard, make sure that you hit me up at my website, achickwitbeatz.com. And yeah, super huge shout out to our home stations, Grander Radio out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Sparks Radio out of Atlanta, Georgia. So until next time, you know where to find us. Tune in, tell a friend. We'll see you then. Peace.